Hello everybody, and welcome back to Malts and Meeples. I'm your host, Petter. And I was doing my podcast intro. But instead of doing a podcast today, to make no sense, we're going to be playing more Isofarian Guard. Going back to that battle that we weren't able to complete last time, and I'm going to give it a go again. We'll see what happens here. If I don't manage to beat it this time, then we're going to drop down the difficulty level, because I do think this is supposed to be a fairly difficult battle to start. So let's get down to the table. See everything. Then if I switch there, I'm not in an ideal spot. So you can now see the bad guys stuff, but let's move a little bit around. Slide it up a little bit. We can now see everything a little bit better. And I get to go first as the hero of the story. Shield and sword. So we're going to say screw it. So I can find a negative token over here, -1. So really taking that down to a 1. And then straight up attack, maybe 3. Well, I have to do it on the same turn I use this. So I can, yeah, there's no reason not to. I'm going to spend my, which one is it? My Garnet to use cross slash. Takes me up to a 4 attack. Spend that one over there. So 4 with the only 1 defense becomes 3. And that's it for me. So, going to attack for 4. They gain a green cube. And then they're going to discard 2 swords for me. That goes away. This flips. Add a plus damage. Well, I know what I have here. I have a shield and 2 swords. And an email. So with the shield, we're going to add a plus damage. I'll flip at the end of the turn. Where's that plus damage? Somewhere. I used them last time. I'll positive effects over here, maybe. Plus damage. It's tossed into an empty bag. I'll boost my damage again with the garnet and spend that one less efficiently than potentially need be. Though, now I'm curious about one thing here. Double sword, used as 2 sword resources. Doesn't say I can double my attack. So, I'm hitting for 4. Dropped him down to an even 10 right now. Then come over here. So that is 5 against my 2 defense, so 3 damage. Plus, gain 8 poison. What's the spell? Where did the poisons go? Not that I really want them. Oh, purple. Poison into the bag. Then heal 2. Sucks. And draw a card. Opportunistic is the only thing I can do on there. So it just draws a card. Can't do anything. Well, they can actually do something. Poison. I'm going to spend a health to return all my chips. I'm going to be pulling 2 out. Poison, take a damage, and then attack for 4, which becomes 2. Still whittling away. 4, so 7. So I take 4. Both at 10. Poison, and 2 sword symbols. I'm assuming there are cards that will require like double swords or something like that, but I don't have that yet. So poison's health. I'm going to hit for 2. Discard 2 sword tokens from the bag. And hitting for 4, so that's 2. Down to 7. And then gain another green cube. So this is actually working out a little bit better, though I'm going to spend a health here. I'm going to spend that health potion. And I'm going to ignore one of the rules of this game. They told us not to restore the health potion. Sword and shield, huh? So, if I shield, which gives me +1 shield, then I can do this, which gains me that fist attack. Oh, nope, wrong one. That one doesn't give him fist attack. That gives him -1 to defense, so he's down to a 1. And then I can chain, which means I get to do the attack enemy for 0 or +0. So 3, we're going to boost it with cross slash for 4 against their armor, which is down to 1, so I deal 3 damage. You know what? And I'm going to spend the potion. I'm just going to flip that for right now. Like I said, I'm going to reset with the potion there. But I'm going to go back up 5. If I spend the potion, or if I win, the potion's gone. So there you go. So they attack 4. My defense is up higher, so it's at 3. So they attack for 4 and add 2 poison to my bag. Because that's what they do. I only take 1 damage though. And the turn ends. So this has gone away. Flip. Double sword and sword. So I mean, might as well do either of these two. I'm going to use this 2 cubes. Adds a fist. And then I can attack for 4, which is 2. Because there's a rhyme and reason doing this. Now I have this minus defense that I can get back. Enemy goes. 2 to deal 5, so 3 to me. Down to 6. Gain a poison. Heal 2. That heal 2 was at the poor time. Draw 1. So 5. 3 more damage. And 2 more poison. But they don't get to do the tonic. I don't think there's anything I can really do here. Guarantee I take him out. Because I can do that to gain an extra green attack. And then do that, reduce by 1, and attack. I get 2 shield, or this could really just end by drawing 2 poison. I got 1 poison. I got that guy, which will go away. Then I guess there's an off chance. I don't know that it is actually possible. No, not possible. For me not to get taken out there. So what we're going to do is we're going to play on easier, which just bumps that down by 1. I feel like I'm missing something in this combat, but I don't know that I actually am. I think the issue is, like, this is a tough combat. Maybe should be using shields more, but some of the things just give you poison no matter what. So let's reset. It's not too many minutes in, and do this again. Because now -1 to defense means They're at no defense. I can throw 4 damage through. Them back up to their 15. Is a little bit challenging though. No doubt about that one. Thanks, phone. Deal with you in a second here. Gain an attack. And then to get the negative on there, so it's 0, an attack for 4. See what we got. Coming up here, technically that one stayed, but 2. So poison to the bag. My goodness. It's a lousy spot to have that, apparently. My apologies. The issue is that was Discord coming through. Two random ones from the bag. It's unfortunate. That attack goes away. Forgot to put my health back up. So that attack did 2 damage. And then it says draw a card. Could have been an opportunity. Oh, swiftness triggers. So they gain a green cube. Seriously? There was already a poison in there? Yeah, poison. Oh, it should have flipped. Actually, I should have had a number of flips down here. You know what? +1 defense. I'll go up to 3, and I get a defense chip into my bag. So they're going next. Another poison into the bag. So they're dealing 4 damage. I'm defending 3. Pulled 2 chips out. One of them, of course, being poison. To draw a card. And they attack for 4. I'm defending for 3. Then draw 2 swords. Cannot do that, so I'm assuming just draw a sword out, which will reset the bag. Anyways. And then they gain their other green cube. This might be going worse than last time. So poison, of course. And attack, I'm just going to attack for 4. 1, 2, 3. With their 1 defense. So they attack for 4, which hits me for 2, and adds 2 poisons to the bag. Oh, so how to play Gloomhaven, huh? That is a good question. I'd lean towards... I mean, I like the physical version of the game. It's just a lot to control for one player. So I'd recommend playing digital. 2 shields, huh? Well, that one should be flipped, by the way. We're going to spend just to gain the +2 defense. This one will go away. So I'm at 4 defense, so they will hit for 3. But that's it. Cost them 3. I mean, if you can leave it set up, Gloomhaven's a little bit better, but it depends on your organizer for it, so. That one flips back. Similar health levels here. Attack 1 enemy. We're going to do critical strike. Attack 1 enemy for +2. So that is so it's 5. And then using this, I can take it up to a 6. So it takes 5 damage. Let's see what we get here. So, 5, which becomes 3, adds a poison. They heal 2, and draw a card. And then 5, which becomes 3, take poison. You know what? I'm going to pay a health down to 1 because this has only 1 poison in it. Yeah, no battle map, no minis. Poison and an attack. Alright, poison has me down to 1 health. I'll spend to go up 5 more. And then, attack for 4, which becomes 3. They have to reshuffle up. I saw that Daenerys had a standee version. That is tempting. I'm not going to do it, but it's tempting. Alright, so oddly enough, they're attacking for 4, which becomes 2. Just adding 2 poison in. There's so much poison in here, but if I can grab an attack, I didn't. Boosting my shield. I might have been doing this wrong. I think Cross Slash is just an ability because it's just the damage symbol. So I can spend and attack. Tree feedy. So oh, yeah. I've been using that rightish and wrongish. So technically it's another attack. It goes from there, 1 turn. At the end of the next turn it goes back. And basically you toggle it back and forth between using it. Whoops. Why don't we reset to where we would have been. 4th time's a charm, or something like that. It's always interesting to come across a slight rules tweak. How they describe it, it is a little bit difficult to tell that there's a cooldown turn in there. They kind of describe it like, oh yeah, you just use it. So like a whole extra attack seems like way too much. But if you can only use it every other turn as a whole extra attack, then it's a little bit more strategic. And I reset my health to 18 because that's where I started this whole combat. Let's see, you can flip over to the passive side. Defense and attack. So, for example, I'm going to put that one there. Give them the -1 defense chip. I'll attack for +1, so I attack for 4, which becomes 3. Then I'm going to spend my sword over here to attack for 3, which becomes 2. Now I've spent this, so that doesn't cool down at the end of the turn. And then they go. So they're hitting for 4, which becomes 2. Remove 2 sword chips. 2 sword chips, that's fine. And then, for nothing, gain a green cube and end the turn. So turn's done. That is on cooldown. So I can do defense here. No, I want to go here, add that fist into the bag, and then attack for 3, which becomes 1. And now that cools down the cross slash, and I'll show it up here so it's a little bit more obvious. And then they go 2. They're attacking for 4, which will be 2 damage coming through, which means I gain my first poison. They heal 2. And draw another card, which adds 2 more poison, of course, 2 more damage. So that's 3 poison in there and a boost. I'm going to spend a health, reload the bag. One, 2. All right. So I play this down. It boosts me. I'm going to spend that. So I'm attacking for 5, which with their 2 defense becomes 3. And then I will attack here for 4, which becomes 2. Works much better when you're using this one right. So that will go away. That goes there. That one's on cooldown. They're doing 2. So I put a poison into the bag. They're dealing 4 damage. I block 2. We lose another one from that. Shield came out. They draw another card. Can't do that. They heal 2. They draw another card. They can do again a green cube. That ends the turn. We're back to drawing. Give me a good draw here. Sword and double sword. Can't do that. Could do that to get so if I spend to do this, I get a sword token into my bag. Then I come over here. They get a -1 token. And I do a basic attack for 3, which is 2 damage to them because it chained. Best option there. And this cools down. That can go away. Already up to 5. That's so many. So it costs 3 to hit for 7, which is 5. Down to 4 health. But their turn ends. How many poisons do I have in there? It's the real question. I think enough that I'm going to spend my potion to gain back 5 health. Spend 1 health to return all of those in there. Shuffle it up. Poison and a sword. 1 damage. Then I could do 1 damage plus an additional 2. Or I could do add a fist plus. Wait, you should be flipped as well. You know what? I'm going to do that for 1, 2, 3 damage. Getting so close. Two for that. Then draw a card. Just shuffle up here. Whoop. That sucks having 2 left because that means I can activate some of their hits. Discard 2 swords from the bag. Then gain another green cube and the turn. I used that last turn. I'm spending in health to reload the bag. Pulled out too many things. Poison and a sword. The rough part is I need double swords, really. So 1 damage. If I can survive this turn, two, pull out 2, draw a card for another one, and then 2, that's enough to take me out. So eventually, I will defeat this battle. And I want to defeat this just so I can. I'm wondering a little bit kind of my strategy around this one. Am I playing this ideally? Do I need to be more defensive? Like knowing what's come up. There's the ones that. Go back down there. But we will play the cross slash correctly because that almost got me the win there. I was just some luck needed on that draw. Actually, flipping that one faster is going to be good. Okay, I now have more of a strategy going into this. Alright, let's see how this strategy goes. Okay. To add a sword. Then this one, give the -1, makes it a 0, and attack for 3. Because we are back to easy. And then, since it's a 0, we'll attack for an additional 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're down to 8. So, that will deal me 2 damage. 18. Yeah, 18. 16. They are going to heal back up to 10. And poison. But they can't do anything on that part of it. So I used both of those. They both flip. That's on cooldown. Sword, 2 swords. So I'm going to spend both swords here because you need 2 to do that. And I'm hitting for 5, which becomes 4. Hey, there you go next. So they hit for 2. Discard 2 swords. From the bag. That one's flipped back over, by the way. And then they gain a green cube. But I think I kind of have them on the ropes at this point. Oddly enough. Poison and a shield. Definitely use the... No, we're gonna do that. Add a shield to the bag. Take my poison damage. And now I'm at 3 defense. That's cooled down, by the way. So I'm at 3 defense. They attack for 4. So I take 1. Discard 2 random ones. Unfortunate, because both of those will go away at the end of the turn. Spend 1 to draw a card. Deals 1 damage. I don't have anything to discard. And then they gain another green. Double swords. This is where I wish I had that one flipped. So, I want to do that to gain a sword. Because by doing that, I can drop this one over there to put the -1 defense on him, do a basic attack for 3, and then spend that for 4. So I do think there were a couple things that I did differently that time. And it is worth noting that that purple stays in there. Red goes away. We'll reset this board. We have our Seer Assassin. And 10 Lux and 10 Sil. So basically, hey, here's some magic, here's some money. And Seer Assassin goes back away. That was annoying. Won't lie. And let's see.
As the assassin slumps to the ground, a small panic erupts in the crowd around you. Before things get too out of hand, you slip into an alleyway and get lost in the many side streets of Silney. Before long, you reach the King's Gate. It seems that luck is with you, and the gate is still open. Word of the killing has not yet spread to the wall. You blend into the crowd and walk out of Silney, alive, but shaken.
Move to 35 and read another section here. And that probably will be where we end for tonight.
You walk along the road to Fort Straws, pondering what your next move will be. Should you try to persuade the guard to join you? Join you for what? To march on Silney and kill Temnota? Overthrow the king? You are ashamed of the thought as it crosses your mind. The truth is, you have no idea what to do next. You stop walking and close your eyes. Maybe the voice can tell you something. You take a deep breath and clear your mind. But before anything can happen, the sound of footsteps approaching from behind grabs your attention.
Captain Gregory, sir?
You turn to see Alec standing before you at full attention.
Alec, what are you doing here? You should be guarding the wall.
My shift was over and I was in the barracks when the rumors started pouring in. Captain Gregory has been exiled. Captain Gregory was seen fleeing the city.
Alec stops as he notices the dirt and blood staining your clothes.
Did you get in a fight? Captain, what's going on?
You look Alec up and down and sigh.
The rumors are true.
You can see that Alec is bursting with questions, but he lets the silence stretch out.
It's a long story.
You finally say, turning back to the road. Alec catches up to you and matches your stride.
I think I may understand more than you think.
Alec carefully reaches into his belt purse and pulls out a glowing stone.
Alec, are you?
Stonebound.
He finishes.
How? When?
A few weeks ago, I heard the voice and I became stonebound. I had a vision of a great valley where other stonebound were gathering, but I felt the voice telling me to wait for something. And then I saw you.
Alec pauses, waiting for you to take the lead.
Alec, I'm not sure what to tell you. I tried to reason with King Karst, and I only managed to get myself exiled. I'm headed to Fort Straws for supplies, but after that, I don't know where I'm headed.
Well, wherever it is, we'll go there together.
So, now Alec is a part of the adventure, which means this is going to be even bigger on the table, which means I'm going to have to adjust how I have this set up to even have a chance to make this work. Which may mean that next week's stream doesn't happen because I will be coming back from 4th of July festivities leading up to it. But it does tell me to do a few things here. First, heal Gregory back up to 20. Kind of on the prologue. So then we have chips that are basically they tell us to use this mini to mark where they're at and set up Alec's board. He has 2 action points, 1 defense, 2 attack, 20 health. So a little bit weaker all around than Gregory. He has a iron short sword. He has guard's tunic, no accessories, a health potion, empty satchel, 3 chips, 2 swords, and a shield, and 3 different cards. Crimson Tonic, which flips into a poison, an elixir into a sunset, golden potion into a twilight waters, and an ability as well. Which I now need to get set up. And he gets a bonus purple chip in his bag as well. And so he has fewer chips in his bag. And you get these for the stone that you have. Alec has, I believe it's obsidian. So he's adding a shield or sword token to his. So I need to get Alec set up. That'll be the plan coming up here, and then off to adventuring again. Thank you so much for joining me and watching. Hopefully this was fun. It was a little bit of the same thing over and over again, but I kind of knew that might be the case. I plan on normally playing not on story mode, but I'll bump down to story mode if need be, or if it makes sense, because obviously for a big campaign game like this, you're going to have some choices in how you level up and build your characters, but you don't always want to have to restart. With that, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this has been fun. I enjoyed it, and yeah, I will see you next week. Not on Monday. Monday I am out of town for 4th of July. So, coming up on Wednesday for more Isofarian Guard. If you enjoy this content, want to know when I go live, subscribing with notifications on is the easiest way. And as always, thank you to everybody who hops into the chat and hangs out while playing through this. If you want to see other content that I do, you can check out nerdologists.com, as well as then I have a Marvel podcast, 10 Minute Marvel. But with that, bottoms up. Thanks for watching.